Good morning everyone, this is Diane. This video is just going to be a bit of a show and tell. Just a few things I picked up at Joann's and some of the things I've been working on my vacation days, and then we're going to do a project. I just wanted to do some simple ephemera projects this week, so I want to work on them and I thought I'd turn the camera on. First of all, Tuesday I went to Joann's. I went up to the area where I go to the craft stores. Michael's, Hobby Lobby, and Joann's are all in a close proximity up there in New York, and it's in the Elmira, Horseheads, Big Flats, New York area. And I went to Joann's. I haven't been to Joann's in a long time, and I got some paper pads that I don't really need more paper, but I do have a hard time finding the thin paper that I like to use for journal pages, and they're in these big thick stacks, and Joann's had two that I liked and they were on sale, buy one get one free, so for $10 each, which is a great deal for, what is it, 180? Yeah, 180 sheets. And I like the fact that there's a variety of paper, you know, styles and colors. So this one, they're both Park Lane. It's Joann's brand, and this just says Stack 10, so I guess that's the name of the paper pad, and it just has some blacks, some browns, blues, purples. It just goes through different colors and themes, styles. So these kind of pads come in very handy. And the other one I got is called Happy Garden. Again, 180 sheets. So there's a lot of florals in this one, but still a variety of colors and kind of styles. There's stripes and dots and patterns as well as the flowers. And florals are always good. There's some cut-apart cards in there too. Florals are usually good for the journals that I make. And then I found these lovely papers that were not on sale, but I bought them. It's called Park Lane Premium. So again, it's a Joann's brand. 24 sheets of handmade artisan paper, and they do feel handmade. They're just a nice. See, this is, I could cut these up and use them in things, or I could just use this and back it with something. Of course, having that nice cream color on the back would make these wonderful journal cards and little tags. And oh, they are cut in half. Yeah, that's cool. So it shows the front and back of each page. So they are double-sided. And there were 2 packs, and I couldn't decide which one I wanted, so I got them both. They have a bohemian flair to them. They just feel so cottony and lovely and flexible, and they're just beautiful papers. I could make book covers with them. Love that. Look at that one on. Hope you're seeing the backs too, as much as you can. Some of them are just a cream back, but that's fine. It's not stark white. Isn't that pretty? I don't think there's a separate name for these. Nope, they both say the same thing on the front. Made in India. Yep, there's no name on them. But these were the only 2 they had. They do have large sheets, of artisan paper too, similar to this style. I bought 2 of them last year when I was on my vacation that I spent up there. I decided to stay home instead of paying for a hotel, and I just spent a day up there this time. But yeah, I bought 2 sheets of it and I haven't used it yet. This is the kind of thing I tend to hoard, but I will use it. It's just beautiful. I just wanted to share that with you, so if you have a Joann's, or if you can go online to Joann's, you might be able to find it online. I didn't look. Now I want to show you some of the things I've been doing. I did a lot of die cuts with my Big Shot over the last few days. I actually started working on some on Sunday. I was busy Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, but I went in there and did die cuts in between stuff. Because I wanted to, that was one of the things I wanted to do on vacation, was to just make a bunch of die cuts to put in my stash. So I did these. I have some of these that aren't made out of the metallic. I don't know where I put them. They're here somewhere, but oh, here they are. They're mixed in. So I just did some with plain cardstock, and then I remembered that I bought metallics. I wanted some gold and silver metallic cardstock because I was out. Some of these I have to weed. They didn't, all the pieces didn't come out. But I wanted to use the metallics on these dies, so I bought a pack at Hobby Lobby on sale for $3. They're $6 a pack, but the Paper Studio items, this needs to be weeded, were half price, so I got a pack, 2 packs for $3 each. See, I could just pick out more and it will be more beautiful than it is. But the 1 pack has gold. There's 25 pieces in the pack, and there are 5 each of gold, green, blue, red, gold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Copper is the other one. There's copper. And then I wanted the rose gold, which didn't come in this pack, so I got a whole pack of 25 rose gold sheets. So I cut a whole bunch of these, and they can be pockets or tuck spots or embellishments on an envelope flap, or I don't know what I'll do with them, but I think they'll be wonderful in boho journals and Christmas journals and probably other kinds of journals. Got to be careful of all these little filigree pieces getting caught on each other, though. There we go. So obviously they will be backed with acetate or vellum, or even, I don't know what. I made some tags with these toppers. So this is a tag set that I got, a tag die that I got on, let me move this a little bit. I don't think I'm angled very well. Sorry. Got it on Amazon. It's from the same company that makes this envelope die that I've used before. This will fold over. It's not that wide. It has flaps that fold under. But it's the same company that makes this. And so you get the tag die, and then you get a set of dies with different shapes for the decorative topper if you want to use that. So it looks like 4 different ones, I think. Yeah. So I just did some out of manila cardstock and some scraps of pattern paper, and then I will just add a topper to it. And then I also did one out of scraps with manila. You don't have to use manila, of course. You can use 2 solid colors. You can use 2 prints. That would be really pretty. I love matching prints, or not matching, but coordinating prints. So here's a sample of 2 that I glued and inked and finished. I might put something on the back to make it easier to journal. This one was just manila, and I stamped some lines on it. So I have those to finish up. I actually did them before my vacation, like a few weeks ago. But I wanted to show them to you. I also got those ornate dies that I showed you with the metallics. They're from Amazon, so I'll have to link that below. I did these 2 pockets. So I'll glue them together and get them ready. All these items are just going to go in my stash of ephemera that I can use in future projects. I did a bunch of arrows. A lot of times when I'm cutting pieces with my Big Shot, there's space left on the cardstock, and so before I run it through, I put on some arrows or some other little dies that I have and run it through so that I get like these little tags. So this whole baggie is little tags, and these, I love these that look like bread ties. So that way I keep a stock of arrows. And I did some jars with the labels that go with them. Just a variety of colors. I did some numbers, so I must have another little baggie somewhere because I have a baggie full of numbers. Well, just this many numbers. I kept the negatives. I like to use them. And I did some of the Tim Holtz wildflowers, just a few. I was getting tired of doing die cuts, to tell you the truth. And I wanted to move on to other things. Sorry, this one's tangled. So I just did 2 colors with those wildflowers. These were done before, and I got them out for something. I didn't use them. The same with those. Oh, I just did this one and these. So anyway, I just did an assortment of dies. And then I had this one I got from my friend who is a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and she has a yard sale, garage sale every year, and disposes of her things that she's moving out of her stock because she has to get new stuff every season. So this isn't something I normally would have got. That's not really my style of flower, but it came with dies. So I got it. I think it was $5 for this set, which is maybe 10, but even that is good for all the stamps and the dies, because that's a really expensive set. But I use those. I got them probably last year, and I hadn't used them yet. So I stamped in 3 different colors and die cut. It took a while because you have to line the die up to match the petals, and sometimes I'm turning and turning and turning it, trying to find the right spot. And this was the hardest one to match up. But I made sure I did lots of the leaves. They come in handy. So that's just an assortment of colored flowers and stuff. I wanted to leave everything on this mat. I put everything on the mat so that I could move it off my table easily and quickly. And then I moved everything off it as I was showing it to you. Okay, so that's the die cuts that I've been doing. Today I want to work on some tags inspired by Heather from, I forgot. I will link her below. I can't remember. But I've been feeling like I don't know what I want to focus on this week. So I've been having trouble figuring it out. But I've decided I am going to just work on ephemera today. But in looking through my things, I found these 2 art journals that I had made a long time ago. I made this one 5 years ago to be a fun art journal where I would use magazine images like Diane Fago. She inspired me. And I thought this was really fun. And then my husband passed away. And I couldn't use this. It was just too bright and cheery and optimistic looking, and I just couldn't use it. So I did do a lot of art journaling soon after he passed, and it was all therapeutic stuff. I did show that in the video way back then. It's been 5 years now. So I've decided it's time to start using this. This was a page I had done, like an introductory page. So I had done this when I put the journal together, because I had debated on whether I was going to try this or not. Is it a waste of time? I wasn't sure about art journaling. If it's just a waste of time, because what do you do with it? You just keep it. It doesn't seem very productive. And then I had done art journaling and liked it, but then I thought about this method that Diane Fago uses. And I just used collage letters from magazines and said, just play on it. Just plan on it. Jump in and try something new. Get started. So that was the premise for this book. I wanted to try that. And since then I have done quite a bit of that type of art journaling, but I want to do it. You can see I have to glue my grommets, some of my grommets back in. They've come loose. But this is what I worked in yesterday. This is a very large book. I could have gotten more of these at the library sale I went to, but I thought the covers are so big, I just don't know what I would do with them. But I did have this one, and I just filled it with watercolor or mixed media pages, and some fold out and some are just full size. And I did this collage yesterday using one of my old photographs. I made a copy of it actually because it's a cabinet card and I didn't want to make the page too thick. And I added some millinery, antique millinery or vintage millinery leaves there. And this vintage crochet trim. This is a printable up here. And this is a vintage book page with some stamping. And then I used my old roll of masking tape that I found at the flea market, which doesn't stick at all, but I glued it. I just stamped the date on it and glued it on there. So I want to do some more of that. Maybe I'll do more of that. Maybe I'll do some of these tomorrow. But today, I want to make ephemera. So I saw this video from Heather, from whatever her channel is called. I forgot, and I'm sorry. She used coffee dyed cardstock, but I'm just taking my scraps of coffee dyed papers that I used in journals. I cut them off to 3 or 3.5 inches wide and then various heights. And she used wallpaper scraps, and I thought, well, that's perfect because I have this big pouch full of wallpaper scraps. So I'm just going to get them all out and put them to my right so I can riffle through them. And she also used paper scraps, or not scraps, but, well, they will be scraps because I'm going to tear them, but vintage papers. So I've got ledger papers. This is from that 1800s. Remember, I got that 1800s scrapbook, and it was a ledger, and then somebody used it as a scrapbook. But I was able to save some of the ledger pages. So I used bits of those. You can see here that newspaper was glued to the back of that. Another ledger. Got several ledgers here. And old music paper. So let's just get started. Let's stop talking and get started. I don't want to glue. This is something else I bought on my shopping trip. A new mat. I'm just going to get some paper so I don't get glue all over my new mat. That should do me for a while. I'll pick one of the big ones. I think this is 3.5 by 6.5. And I'll trim the top of it when I'm done. So I'm going to glue on top of the patterned side, but this is pink. I could glue on that side because you can still write on that. Let's find some wallpaper that would go well with pink. These are vintage wallpaper scraps. So I want at least 2 pieces of wallpaper. And a piece of vintage paper. I want that dark ink to show. Okay, so I'm going to glue. I don't want to waste wallpaper, so I want to cut it smaller if I'm not going to use it all. I'm going to use most of it, but it's already cut there. I think I'll just glue this whole piece down. I think maybe I should use this glue, but it needs to be refilled. Darn it. I was going to refill before I started a session. And I don't want to start this video over because I just did a lot of talking. I'm just going to put some glue in here. First I have to get it down there. There's not much in this bottle either. There we go. Here it comes. Oh, somebody's calling me. I don't want to tip my bottle back down. I guess that's enough glue to help me anyway. I don't know. I was debating on whether to answer that or not because it says Muncie and I was just in Muncie with my friend Debbie. So if it's something important, they'll call me back. I'm sorry about all that. I do not want to start this video over. I made a video yesterday that I'm not going to put up because it was stupid. Video wasn't stupid, but I was stupid. I don't want to share my stupidity. So I'm going to just glue this to the bottom. And some of this to the top. That's pretty. I like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish up this one so you can see what it'll look like finished, and then I'll kind of do the rest of them. I won't do a lot on camera, but I'll do the rest of them in stages. So I'll do all of the collaging, and then I'll go back, and it doesn't really look straight. Looks like it's wider at the bottom than it is at the top. Yeah, it's not straight. That side's okay. Had a trapezoid going on. Then I'll trim the tag shape, do the hole and the reinforcement, and maybe add a label. I have some labels out. And I've really been wanting to do a project with these vintage wallpaper scraps. What she did was she took strips of paper, and I cut off pieces. I had them out here. I hope this video isn't going to be such a mess that I decide to not upload it again. Well, I've got plenty of paper strips that I can use. Just coffee-dyed paper strips that I save. So she did that and punched the hole in it, and then added the reinforcement on top of it. She said because the reinforcement gets kind of lost in the pattern. Not that the reinforcement is supposed to be the star of the show, you know, but they are a fun element. Let's just see if we like it. Yes, I do like it like that. And then will we add a label? Yes, we will add a label. I'm getting out my number stamps. My field notes stamps from Tim Holtz. Drawer, and I have my heat gun in the top drawer, and it was up a little high, and so when I opened it, the switch got pulled on. Kind of startled me. What is going on in there? Yeah, this is going to be a fun tag, I think, and I'm going to really enjoy putting together a bunch more, and I might sew around the edges once it's all dry. And she did several videos making ephemera, and I wanted to try all of them. I saved them, the videos, to a playlist. It's a private playlist on my YouTube page. But I saved them so that I could try those on my vacation. So that's what I hope to do, is make several different types of ephemera today. Unfortunately, I do have some errands I have to run. I have to take a return. I was going to ink around the edge there. Oh well. It's fine. Now let's completely finish it by adding some seam binding. I'm going to use this pretty pink. I ordered something for my son for his birthday from Amazon, and it isn't what I thought it was, so I have to return it. And I already did the return online, and I just have to take it within a certain amount of days to UPS, and they'll take care of it for me. So I figure I better get it done before I just forget it and lose track of time, and I want my money back for it so I can get him something else. So like I said, she coffee dyed cardstock, so hers are sturdier, but I think this is just fine, and it gives me a way to use my coffee dyed cutoffs, and I really like that tag. That is pretty. So let's do another one. Don't have time to do a lot, do I? I think this one is 3 by 6. I like that piece. Let's do some music this time. Oh, look at this. I added embossing, what do you call this? Modeling paste to this sheet music a long time ago, just so I'd have it handy. And today, it's handy. I could use all of that piece, and a little of that, and a little of that. I think that would make a cute tag. This wallpaper was $1.50 a roll. I'm glad you guys have been enjoying my haul videos from my fantastic Labor Day flea market. It really was pretty spectacular. And I'm actually looking forward to being able to go through it. I'm not letting myself do it while I'm on vacation. I think I want this overlapping both. I don't know why I'm putting the glue on my pieces that overlap, that hang over the edge, instead of on this. And when that dries, I will trim it. But I think that's going to be pretty. I love that. Let's do some more. This is fun. Okay. How about this one? It's an interesting piece. And I have this that could go with it, right? Or this. Oh, it's red and green, and I have this red and green printed ledger. Let's use that. Maybe I'll put that one at the top. I think I like it better with that one. So which one goes first? I don't know if I want this yellow strip at the bottom of the red piece or the top of the red piece. I think I'll put it at the top. Okay, so now, oops, which one is going to get glued down first? I guess it'll be the red piece. I'm going to tear that just a little bit shorter. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Okay. Okay, we'll start over. Just have a different name at the top of the page. I'll put the green one at the bottom. I'll just cover this whole thing with glue. Well, I made it too short. So I'll just trim the top of the tag when it's dry. There's the beginnings of that one. I'm gonna close this video, but these are the beginnings, and here is the finished one. So I will do all of these steps on these. Thanks for watching today. I hope that you are having a creative week, and I hope that I will end up doing something that I feel proud of in this week. It's kind of funny. I've had all these things I've wanted to do, but I think that's the problem. I had too much I wanted to do, and I can't settle on doing anything. So today I feel like I'm a little more settled on doing some ephemera. So I'll show you the results at some point. And I thank you for watching, and I hope I did this on the wrong side, both of them. So I will cover the backs with coffee dyed paper. I hope that you are having a creative day, as I said, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.